And hello there, RosterWatch Nation. It's your friendly neighbor Trashman here today to talk to you about 2022's league-winning receivers. So Cooper Cup, Deebo Samuel, and Jamar Chase were fantasy's top three receivers in 2021. But I submit to you these three candidates to potentially finish on top of the podium in 2022. First off, we have CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys. By most appearances, Lamb will be the only starting receiver in Dallas who's ever played a snap for the Cowboys when the season begins. Michael Gallup is unlikely to open the season as an active player, leaving rookie Jalen Tolbert and former Steeler James Washington to fill out the starting three. There's no question as to who the top dog in this situation is, with Lamb coming into the season a half-inch taller and 10 pounds heavier than he was in 2021. He's also coming off a 1,000-plus yard, touchdown season as part of the three-headed monster that included Amari Cooper, who is no longer in Dallas, and Gallup. As the most trusted cog in the Cowboys' receiving corps, Lamb is in line to improve his stats across the board in one of the NFL's most prolific offenses. A 1,500-plus yard, double-digit touchdown season is well within reach for Lamb in 2022. After that, we have Justin Jefferson of the Vikings. Former Rams OC Kevin O'Donnell is bringing his offensive scheme with him to his new home in Minnesota, where Kirk Cousins will become his Matt Stafford, and Justin Jefferson will become his Cooper Kupp. Coming off a 1,600-plus yard, 10-touchdown 2021 and a conservative Vikings offense, Jefferson's ceiling can't even be seen by the naked eye at this point, as O'Connell's scheme has been described as pass-happy through practices thus far. Jefferson was already a top 4 receiver in 2021. In 2022, the top spot is well within reach. Before I talk about the last guy, I want to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. The NFL draft season is underway, and you can already draft in 2022 fantasy leagues on Underdog Fantasy to win cash prizes. Through their slick mobile app and user-friendly site, you can join a league and draft a team in minutes. Plus, the folks at Underdog are going to help you get started with a deposit match of up to $100 in bonus cash when you sign up and make your first deposit with the promo code ROSTER. So just visit UnderdogFantasy.com, the Apple Store, or the Google Play Store. Sign up with the code ROSTER, that's ROSTER, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code ROSTER. And so my last candidate to potentially leave with the top spot in fantasy for wide receivers in 2022, or at least be in the top 3, is DJ Moore of the Panthers. You know the trash man had to muck things up a bit here in the end, but just hear me out. Morris finished his fantasy's 19th, 18th, and 20th best receiver in the last 3 years with Sam Darnold, Teddy Bridgewater, and Kyle Allen as his quarterbacks. New Carolina quarterback Baker Mayfield was arguably better than all of the signal callers. I guess there's an argument Bridgewater isn't worse, but Teddy is much more of a game manager. And Mayfield tends to fixate on one particular pass catcher in the offenses he's led. That receiver, other than Christian McCaffrey, I suppose, is going to be Moore, who's a much more dynamic playmaker than Mayfield's former go-to, Jarvis Landry. I expect Moore to have his best season as a pro in 2022, a year after he was in the top 10 in yardage. He would have potentially been a top 10 fantasy receiver last year if he'd gotten to the end zone more than 4 times, a feat I expect him to exceed in 2022. And there you have it. These are my potential candidates to lead fantasy and receiving in 2022. There you have it. This has been the Trashman on behalf of RosterWatch.com. Until next time, be ready.